Mouth-watering, smoky pulled pork with a spicy chipotle mayonnaise. That is the most amazing pork butt. Butts away, butts away. Now, this is incredible. There's the shoulder.
Yeah.
And look, there's the shoulder blade. If you go through here, there's a knuckle there. That's connecting the top, and that's why it's called a butt. The slower you cook it, the more juicy it is. And it's great for big parties because you just come along and get your fork and shred it. A delicious, smoky mayonnaise, and you're away. Onions into half and half again. OK, I'm gonna leave the roots on, OK, because I want this to sit underneath the pork. It gives it a chance to cook evenly and doesn't get dry in the bottom. Really important.
OK.
Now, I'll peel the garlic. OK, I'd like you to crush the garlic. We're gonna make a really nice little paste. OK?
Yep.
Go on, Maggie.
No.
Come on, come on, come on. Nice, good girl. One more. Crush. Come on, Maggie.
I'm coming.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
I'll just give that little cut there. Now, this is a beauty.
Paprika.
Smoked paprika.
Oh, I love it.
So 3 nice tablespoons in. OK. 2 large tablespoons of brown sugar. Salt, please. And pepper. Good girl. So we're going to form a nice paste now. Olive oil in. Mix that. Some thyme in there. So we've got a sort of fragrant rub. Thyme stalks underneath. So that's even more flavour going on the bottom. Pour that all over it. Now, this is where you've got to be really quick. OK. And sort of rub that.
Massage it in almost.
It's exactly that.
It smells amazing.
Honestly. You just drizzle a little touch of olive oil on top of that for me. I want to keep the pork nice and moist. Lovely. Like some of the best party dishes, the marinating of the pork shoulder can be done days in advance. So if I was doing this for a Sunday, I'd start marinating Thursday, Friday, so it gets even tastier. Right.
It's quite easy as well to make.
It's very easy. 5.5 to 6 hours in the oven at 140. While our pork butt slowly roasts, Meg and I are going to pimp some shop-bought mayonnaise. I don't like just plain mayonnaise. There's so many things you
just
can...
have a twist to it.
Yeah, there's so many things, so many exciting things you can do with it. Right. Salt, pepper, in. A little touch of honey.
Sweetness almost.
Yeah,
with the
sweetness, but there's some heat coming. OK, and I've got a little bit of, you love this,
Chipotle.
smoked chipotle paste.
I love that.
Once you've made this dressing, you know, it can sit in the fridge. Great for open sandwiches, yeah?
Can you use it for any sandwiches, really?
Any sandwiches, but goes brilliantly well with pork. Now, just have a little taste.
I've never had this before. It's so good.
A nice spoon of mustard. So, that's a nice spicy mayonnaise. After 5.5 hours in the oven, our pork is nearly ready. Just time to knock up a couple of tried and tested party favourites. First, deliciously simple, cheesy crushed potatoes. Cut potatoes into even chunks and submerge in salted boiling water, skins and all. Meanwhile, finely diced sweet pickled gherkins or cornichons. Trim and finely chop spring onions. And grate some nutty Gruyere cheese. When the potatoes are cooked through, drain, roughly crush, and add your spring onions and gherkins. Season to taste and gently combine before a final sprinkling of grated Gruyere. These simple, cheesy crushed potatoes are equally delicious, served hot or cold. Now, I want something sort of raw, like a slaw, something quite refreshing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make a really nice, fresh broccoli salad. Now, these are called florets. That's the best part of the broccoli, OK? The bit that everybody wants. Once they're off, I'm going to slice the broccoli, OK?
Never had raw broccoli before. It's always been cooked.
Really, when you dress this with the dressing, it's incredible. Now, a little season early on.
Yeah.
OK? Now for the dressing. Fresh yogurt in. Teaspoon of sugar, please, darling. Little smell.
Cider vinegar.
In you go. Finely chopped shallot. In with the broccoli. So, delicious. Roasted almonds into the broccoli.
Currants. I love them.
That gives that nice sort of chewy texture. Right, lift up your bowl, please. Nice and gently. Half of that in the middle, please. Thank you. And stop. And then mix that up with me. Good girl. Have a little taste.
So good.
And it's the kind of salad that doesn't wilt. A couple of hours later, it's still crunchy because the broccoli's raw. Raw broccoli salad, chipotle. Now let me get the pork out. Look at this. Megan, honestly, that
It's amazing.
is beautiful. That is incredible. Now, that goes to the table like that. A delicious...
Can we have a tiny bit just before we go to the table?
Megan.
Just a little bit.
Honestly, Meg.
Don't tell Mum. Thank you.
Honestly. If you're gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. That is incredible.
So good.
You promise me you don't give the recipe to your boyfriend. Let's go. Come on. This is my ultimate easy party dinner. Melt in your mouth, slow-cooked, smoky pulled pork with a spicy chipotle mayonnaise. And quick, simple sides of crushed cheesy potatoes and a light and healthy broccoli slaw. Deliciously yummy dishes that will have your family, friends and work buddies coming back for more. Right, how's the pork? A great stick-to-your-ribs stew. Here's my favourite, beef and ale with mustard dumplings. And helping in the kitchen is my youngest, Tilly. Tilly! First things first, I'd like you to season the stew and steak. A nice spoon of flour.
Mix?
Yeah. Good girl.
What's the flour going to do, Dad?
The flour helps to brown the beef. As seasoned flour will also help to add flavour and thicken the stew.
Feel a bit like marshmallows.
They do feel a little bit marshmallowy, don't they? Look at the size of the chunks of the beef.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut my carrots, literally,
So it'd be similar.
similar size, that's right.
Does that mean they'll cook equally?
That's right. Now these are little pearl onions. I'm going to put them in whole as well. Everything has to stay the same, otherwise it could burn.
Oh, we've seen burnt garlic before.
Oh, Matilda. Shh, you promised you weren't going to mention that. What is that?
Thyme.
Thyme. And what are they?
Bay leaves.
Bay leaves, good girl. Tablespoon of oil in. The beef goes in first, OK? In. Now,
Got a really nice colour.
it's got a beautiful colour. In with the carrots, thyme in. Good girl. Garlic, pearl onions in.
Ooh.
Good. Give that a really good mix up.
Are stews easy to make, Daddy?
Stews are very easy to make, providing, at the beginning, you give it a little bit of love. Now that's all beautifully browned.
That beer?
That is beer. And that's going to deglaze the pan. Adding beer or stout helps to tenderise the beef and give it a hearty, delicious flavour. And that's the only way I want you to taste beer. In a stew. Yeah? I want you to add in a couple of teaspoons of tomato puree, please. In fact, 3, please.
Because it's so nice.
And there's one final thing in there. Cover the stew and steak with the beef stock. Give that a little mix for Daddy, please.
Wow, that's really nice.
It's not even cooked yet.
Do you keep all these vegetables in when you serve it to people?
Oh, yes.
Is the garlic going to be burnt?
No. Excuse me. Right. And we always put the lid with a little bit.
Just a little bit, so it can breathe.
That's right. And not make the stew all watery. Into the oven at 150, please, Tills, for about 2.5 hours. And now, you can focus on your homework.
Fun.
Time to knock up 2 delicious hearty potato classics in one. Twice-baked bubble and squeak jacket potatoes. Start by baking large potatoes in a preheated oven at 180 degrees. Shred 1/3 of your Savoy cabbage and sauté in butter and add a dash of water until tender. After about half an hour, your potatoes should be crisp on the outside and cooked through in the middle. Slice them in half and scoop out the soft potato centre. Then mash with a couple of knobs of butter, mix in the cabbage and season to taste. Spoon this mixture back into your potato shells and into the oven for a further 10 minutes, or until the tops are nice and crispy and golden. 2 delicious hearty potato classics in one. Twice-baked bubbling squeak jacket potatoes. Right, homework done.
Yep.
Beef stew is stewing.
Stewing.
Let's get on with our delicious, hearty pear tart.
I've been looking forward to this.
You and I, chef, are going to prep the pears. So if you peel, I'll top and tail into quarters. Pears go soft in the oven very, very quickly. So if we're going to put them on a tart, we'll either leave them whole, half, or in quarter. What's that in there?
Ginger.
That's right. That's stem ginger. So we're going to use stem ginger and fresh ginger. Next, add your stem ginger, a little of the stem ginger syrup. Good girl. And some brown sugar to your quartered pears. And then just grate some fresh ginger. Off you go.
So it's a bit of a different one to grate this because it doesn't really come through like the cheese.
No. We're going to make that a little bit zesty.
And now we've got some lemons.
Some lemon zest in there. Right, what I want you to do now is give that a nice little mix. Now, this is a sweet pastry. You can buy this stuff or you can make it. It's so easy to do. So give me your finger. That's my centre point. I want you to get the pears going round like that in a really nice circle. It's difficult, isn't it? Because the pears keep on sliding all over the place.
Yeah.
We've got egg wash the outside, and I'm going to show you a little trick. So you lift that up.
So is the egg wash acting like a bit of a glue?
That's right. Crimple this with our finger, and the pastry forms this nice little shelf, like a little money bag.
Are you going to do anything with the spare pears?
Oh, yeah. You start building that up then, you see. We've got the fresh ginger, and those nice little bits of stem ginger. Let me go round my egg.
With your glue.
With my glue just on top. Tilly's last job is to give our tart a good dusting of icing sugar. So that caramelises it and colours the pears beautifully.
It's a bit like snow.
Isn't it? Now that glazes the pastry, so the pastry has this really nice shine on there as well. Finally, the lemon on top. And then put that there. 180, and in she goes. Can you smell the beef?
It smells delish. Wow, it's even gone down a bit more, hasn't it?
Look at that. I want you to just
I was hoping you'd ask.
have a little taste. How's that taste now? You're not allowed any more. Right, dumpling time. Flour in, please. I'm using self-raising flour for a fluffier result, but if you like your dumplings hard, use plain flour. Next, the dumpling essential, suet. That makes the dumplings nice and moist. Thank you. Followed by a generous dollop of grain mustard. 2 fingers. Start rolling the fingers round, and I've got a touch of warm water here. Your fingers are now a nice little whisk.
My fingers are getting tired.
Right, now put your hand in there. Now you should bring all that dough together. I'll show you the best way to get that nice and clean. Sprinkles of flour on your hands, rub them together. All that will come off.
Nice. That's a good way.
Isn't it? Now, we've got this wonderful dumpling mixture. How squidgy is that?
Ooh.
A little flour on your hands, OK. Roll these lengthways. And then I want you to roll them like that in your hand. Off you go. Smell that mustard in there? Huh? Smell?
Ooh.
Come on.
I'd never trust you with something like that, should I? Do you want to smell it?
Yes, please. Tilly. Gently. Let's go in at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12 in the centre. And put that back into the oven for 20 minutes to cook the dumplings. Now, if you open the door for Daddy, I'm going to take out that tart.
Ooh, it smells so nice.
Doesn't it? Our pear tart has had 35 minutes in the oven. Look at that, baby.
That looks good. Would you like me to start dusting?
Yes, please. Nice and gently all the way around. Good girl. Little taps.
The others are going to love this. It looks a bit like a snowy cake.
Doesn't it? Good job. Now, very carefully, carry that to the table. How nice does that look?
Delish.
Okay, I'll check on the dumplings. Now, look.
Excited.
They've sort of doubled in size.
Whoa, definitely.
A final sprinkle of chopped parsley and our stew is ready for the table.
I might have to have a quick taste before we go. Just to check. I mean, we'd have to be sure.
We have to be very sure. That is an amazing, hearty beef stew with dumplings. Right, the twice-baked loaded potatoes, and we are ready. This is my ultimate hearty dinner. A comforting rich beef stew with mustard dumplings and twice-baked bubble and squeak jacket potatoes. And to make sure your sweet tooth is completely satisfied, a rich and zingy pear and ginger galette.
Holly!
Let's go, Holly. Are you ready for some delicious beef stew?
Yeah. Ooh,
Wow, thank you very
this
much.
looks delicious. Thank you. Will we be able to heat this up for Mum and Jack when they come back?
Easy. Even 2 or 3 days later. Tasty?